Premier League match week preview, big games, big tests, and Arsenal versus Aston Villa. The Premier League is back, and this weekend is packed with fixtures that could already start shaping the early season story. From Crystal Palace against Manchester City to Liverpool facing Nottingham Forest, Chelsea taking on Brighton, Manchester United hosting Ipswich, and of course Aston Villa against Arsenal on Monday night. They are big games, they are big teams looking for points, dangerous opponents, ready to cause surprises, and plenty of questions that could be answered this weekend. So, in this video, we are going through the biggest fixtures, the key storylines, and the matches you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Let's get straight into it. Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. We begin on Friday night with Crystal Palace against Manchester City. This is a fascinating opening fixture because Palace at home can be a very difficult opponent. They have the energy, the pace, and the ability to make life uncomfortable for any visiting team. But Manchester City will arrive knowing that dropping points early in the season could become costly later on. For City, the objective is simple: control the game, dominate possession, and take the 3 points. But Palace won't simply want to sit back. They'll be looking for opportunities on the counter-attack and will try to exploit any space left behind City's defense. The big question is, can Crystal Palace stop Manchester City's attacking quality, or will City start the weekend with another important victory? This could be a very entertaining Friday night. Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Then on Saturday afternoon, it's Liverpool against Nottingham Forest at 14 hours 30 minutes. Liverpool will be one of the teams under serious pressure to perform because expectations at Anfield are always enormous. Playing at home gives Liverpool an advantage, but Nottingham Forest will not be traveling simply to make up their numbers. Forest can be dangerous when they get space to attack. Liverpool will therefore need to be sharp from the first whistle. The home side will want to move the ball quickly, create chances, and put Forest under pressure. And if Liverpool score early, this could become a very difficult afternoon for Forest. But if Nottingham Forest can stay in the game and frustrate Liverpool, the pressure could begin to shift onto the home side. So this is one of match to watch carefully. Liverpool will be expected to win, but the Premier League has a habit of producing surprises. AFC Bournemouth versus Everton is another Saturday match at 17 hours. This is one of those fixtures that could become extremely important when we look back to the season later. Both teams will want to collect points, and either side will want to give the opponent an advantage. Bournemouth will have the home crowd behind them, while Everton will be looking to show that they cannot compete away from home. This could be a physical battle with both teams fighting for every ball. Sometimes these matches are decided by one moment, one mistake, one set piece, or one brilliant finish. Don't be surprised if this turns into a very close contest. Now, still at 17 hours Saturday, same time, Coventry City versus Hull City. This is another fixture where both teams will be desperate to pick up points. There may not be the same global attention as some of the Premier League's biggest matches, but these games are important because every point matters over a long season. expect a competitive encounter with both sides looking for control in midfield and opportunities going forward. Then at 19 hours 30 minutes, Saturday, Spurs versus Newcastle. This is another big one. Tottenham against Newcastle could be one of the most entertaining matches of the weekend. Both clubs have ambitions. Both want to compete near the top end of the table, and both have attacks players capable of changing the game. Tottenham will have some advantage and will want to dictate the tempo. Newcastle, however, will be confident that they can cause problems. Midfield battle could be absolutely crucial. Whoever controls the possession and creates the better chances could take a huge step towards victory. And with two teams capable of attacking football, this is a match where goals could be on the cards. Spurs versus Newcastle, definitely one to watch. Chelsea versus Brighton on Sunday, 16 hours. We begin with Chelsea versus Brighton. Chelsea will be looking for a strong performance at home, but Brighton are exactly the kind of team that can make things difficult. Brighton are comfortable playing football, and they aren't afraid to take the game to bigger opponents. Chelsea therefore cannot afford to underestimate them. The key for Chelsea will be patience. If Brighton defends well and Chelsea becomes frustrated, the visitors could find opportunities to punish them. But if Chelsea score early, the game could open up quickly. So keep an eye on this one. Leeds versus Brentford. Then still at the same time, 16 hours, Leeds will have the home crowd behind them and will want to make their home advantage count. Brentford, however, a team that can cause problems with their organization's physicality and attacking threat. This could be a battle of intensity. Leeds will want to push forward, while Brentford will look for opportunities to exploit mistakes. Another match where the first goal could be extremely important. Sunderland versus Fulham, still 16 hours on Sunday. Sunderland playing at home provides an opportunity to make a statement, but Fulham will be determined to leave with something from the match. This could be another tactical battle where midfield control becomes extremely important. If Sunderland can cause the home atmosphere to start quickly, they could be put Fulham under a serious pressure, but Fulham's experience could prove valuable. And Manchester United versus Ipswich at 18 hours 30 minutes. Old Trafford will be expecting a response from United. Whenever Manchester United play at home, the pressure is enormous. The supporters expect attacking football, chances, and most importantly, 3 points. Ipswich, however, will have their own plans. They can make the game difficult by defending with discipline and looking for opportunities when United lose possession. For Manchester United, this is the kind of match where they need to demonstrate control. They cannot afford unnecessary mistakes, and if United can score early, the atmosphere at Old Trafford could become electric. But if Ipswich keep the score level deep into the second half, the pressure could increase dramatically. So this is another match where the first goal could change everything. And now Aston Villa versus Arsenal, Monday, 22 hours. And finally, we have the match that many Arsenal fans will be waiting for. Aston Villa against Arsenal, Monday Night Football. And this is a serious test for Mikel Arteta's team. Aston Villa at home are capable of making life extremely difficult for Arsenal. Villa will have the home supporters behind them, and they want to attack Arsenal from the beginning. For Arsenal, this is about more than simply winning. They need to show maturity. They need to control the midfield. They need to defend against Villa's attacking threat. And when the chances arrive, Arsenal need to be clinical. One of the biggest questions will be how Arsenal deal with the pressure away from home. If Arsenal can start strongly, control possession, and score first, they could put Villa in difficult position. But if Villa score first, Arsenal could face a completely difficult challenge. This is exactly the type of match that can test teams' title ambitions. And for Arsenal supporters, the hope will be that the Gunners can finish the weekend with 3 very important points. So, which matches should you have on your radar? For me, the biggest games are Crystal Palace versus Manchester City, Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest, Tottenham versus Newcastle, Manchester United versus Ipswich, and of course, Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Each of these matches has its own storyline. City have to deal with Palace away. Liverpool have to avoid an upset against Forest. Spurs and Newcastle could produce an attacking thriller. Manchester United need to deliver at Old Trafford, and Arsenal face a difficult Monday night test against Aston Villa. This weekend has everything we want from the Premier League, but big clubs, difficult away trips, pressure, expectations, and the possibility of surprises. But now I want to hear from you. Which team are you looking which team are you backing this weekend? Can Manchester City beat Crystal Palace? Will Liverpool overcome Nottingham Forest? Who wins Spurs versus Newcastle? Can Manchester United defeat Ipswich? And most importantly, can Arsenal beat Aston Villa away from home? Drop your predictions in the comments. If you enjoyed this Premier League preview, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the match reactions, results, and analysis. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you in the next video.